A good teacher is someone that is very passionate about what they're teaching.
They put their passion towards it, and you can tell that they're enjoying what they're doing.
And that engages students as well.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Teaching Excellence Colloquium, and welcome to UC Berkeley. The Teaching Excellence Colloquium is a year-long series of workshops and seminars for faculty new to Berkeley. The purpose of the Teaching Excellence Colloquium is to make sure that all of the faculty have some sort of grounding in pedagogy to connect them to all of the different resources across campus, and maybe most importantly, to expose the new faculty to other excellent teachers here at Berkeley.
The outcomes we are looking for from the Teaching Excellence Colloquium include, first and foremost, just a sense that teaching really matters and that we're all here to help each other get better at teaching.
I did have a few mentors who were very, very helpful, but it wasn't systematic. 90+% of your students. I was not smart enough to seek out many of the things I needed to, so my first few years were more of a struggle than they needed to be.
We have been rather haphazard in the past in how we introduce our new faculty to the art of teaching. So we're making an effort to make sure that our young faculty get the right messages coming in, that teaching is important, that taking risks and being innovative in teaching is okay.
And that great teaching will be recognized and valued and rewarded every bit as much as research.
It's the foundation that they can build on for the rest of their careers here.
You have just joined the most interesting, exciting university on the planet.
We start each year with a day-long orientation where we provide the new faculty with really the nuts and bolts of everything they need to get started on the right foot. We bring in a panel of students. We bring in other expert faculty.
To create a culture of that feedback after every.
From there, we meet once a month where we decide upon what topics we want to address.
Everything from teaching technologies to how to make a course syllabus, effective lecturing styles, how to conduct your office hours.
So I guess I have two questions about...
The young faculty are working on a teaching portfolio. They're bringing examples from the actual classes they teach. So it's a very dynamic environment.
When I got an email about it, I thought, this is exactly what I need.
That's a good one.
Mariska Kriek had never taught her own course before, was very new to teaching.
So one of the homework exercises that I worked out was to let them write a telescope proposal. They had to use with whatever they've learned in the class to come up with their own scientific idea of what they would do. And they can use the Hubble Space Telescope. And I was completely surprised. Several of the proposals would have been so good that if we would have submitted it to the real Hubble Space Telescope panel, they probably would have been approved.
Mariska gained, I believe, a measure of confidence that she didn't have before, that she was able to help them learn in the most effective way.
Students can surprise you if you just push them a little bit harder and by being a little bit more creative.
It leads to cultural homogenization, so the unique aspects of each.
Without the Teaching Excellence Colloquium, I would not have been able to be as an effective professor last year as I was. Socially just.
Reid came to Berkeley from many, many years in the private sector. And the biggest challenge for Carolina was how to take all of that real-world experience and bring it into her classroom.
High-level resources, because that drives...
It taught me the philosophy and the underpinnings of being a good professor. And I think having that at the start of an academic career is incredibly important.
We come in imagining that we need to do it all in the first year. We aspire to all the very best models and examples and mentors that we've had. Photos come up on it, we're going to see text.
Marino was really interested in pushing the envelope.
What could be possible if you decided to have all your students get up out of the chairs, move the desks around?
How do I get them up out of their seats? How do I get my students to really drive the focus of the course?
Reposition the boards, have multimedia be in the classroom.
It's about experimenting, getting a sense of where your comfort zone is in the classroom and where you can push it.
And the Teaching Colloquium was the forum that said, yes, you can do that.
And so I'm kind of tempted just to go in there and,
We're trying to create an environment where our faculty are rewarded rather than punished for taking risks and doing things that may or may not work out, but in time accumulate into better teaching.
In the Saunders piece in A Rival City, it was talking about how everybody wanted a cell phone. I try to make the lectures really relevant to my students' own experiences and what's relevant to them in their lives. So for example, if I'm talking about cities and the role of cities in economies, I might bring up the issue of Facebook. And does Facebook, with its lack of connection to place, destroy the need for cities?
So if the whole world took on that guise, I think...
I like being able to interact with the other students around me and
really form ideas through conversation.
I love this small learning environment where you are able to meet your peers, you are able to discuss, you're able to build off the ideas of others.
For me, it's listening to what the students are asking for and what they need. A few weeks ago, a student had asked for a timeline. And since the book didn't offer precisely that kind of a model, I thought by having students themselves make the timeline, that would be a learning opportunity.
And as we move on, we understand, we have insight about this concept throughout the discussions.
For me, the real driver to come here was to interact with students and to get them to push me and my research in new directions.
When we do invest our research into the teaching experience, we find that the teaching experience comes back and feeds what we end up being able to produce.
One of the greatest things about the Teaching Excellence Colloquium was the ability to meet and interact with other new faculty across campus.
And that sense of greater belonging to the university has turned out to be an unexpectedly valuable benefit of the Teaching Excellence Colloquium.
What you were saying back there.
Over the year, we start to see them develop confidence, connections, and knowledge, and put it to use in ways that I don't think many of them even thought about before they started this program.
I really hope that it becomes a core activity for everyone involved in teaching undergraduates at this university.
There is nothing more important than teaching the next generation of scholars, thinkers, workers, and activists.
As the years go by and more cohorts of young faculty come through this program, we're really going to change, I think, the culture of teaching here at Berkeley.